Good morning, everybody. We're going to do a quick introduction. I've been promising it, but I wanted to show you all of our steaks and tell you where we got them from, at least the ones we know for sure. We're going to start off with Cece, or Cherry Cobbler. She is a extreme red, purple line Arctic albino that we picked up from J&G Reptiles. She's been hiding recently, so we had to take this opportunity to grab her real quick. But she's this beautiful baby that you guys recently saw us unpack. And if you see, she actually just shed, I believe, yesterday. Her colors are gorgeous. Now, J&G Reptiles, they have a lot of firsts. They do a lot of the creations and identifications of new morphs that come out on hognose snakes. Purple line, extreme red. There are two different lines that increase the colors, darkness and saturation of their spots. Now, because she's an Arctic, normally she should be a lot lighter than what she is, but those two lines make her coloration darker. So if she was not an Arctic, she would be this gorgeous dark coloration. But even without the Arctic, or with the Arctic, she's still an absolutely beautiful girl. She also has a head, and I believe that was for coral. So she's got a hidden gene basically for lavender. And so eventually she is going to make some beautiful coral babies between whatever male I decide to pair with Parfait. But that is our plan for her. She's, like I said, she's a baby. She's still fairly young. You saw her when we picked her up. We weighed her. She's got a couple years to go before she's going to be ready to breed. But her babies, and she'll probably be the second one we use for the coral. I expect those babies to have incredible colors. They're normally a really light kind of pink color. But I think they're going to have some gorgeous spots, and I'm really looking forward to breeding her when she gets of age. All right, next up we have Biscoff, Bisky, or Biscuit, whatever you want to call him. He goes by everything. He's a little wound up right now. But he is a Arctic albino anaconda, and he's 50% sable. We got him from Clover's Reptiles. The lighting's a little bit dim. It's been stormy outside. Well, yesterday it was stormy. Today it's just cloudy. But he is a nice, kind of a butterscotchy orange colored spots, a cream colored background, and his spots have a nice darker outline with a little softer inner lining. But there you are, Biscoff. All right, the next steak we have, if you can't tell, is Mr. Hissy Man, or his actual name is Mr. Toffee Man. He is a Arctic Toffee anaconda, and he came from exotic fire hogs. Funny story with him and Parfait is they were actually shipped together, got them together. And we had to rush before a hurricane came out because exotic fire hogs they're based out of Florida, and so they had a hurricane coming, and so we had to. I can't remember if we rushed to get them to us. No, I think he couldn't get a hold of his shipper, and so kind of had to just hope for the best. And as soon as the hurricane passed and he was able to ship it, he shipped them on out. They came out great. They looked beautiful, and I would say they're well adjusted, but we know this one is not. All right, our next snake is Tiramisu. She is from Round Rock Reptiles, and she actually is a normal, but she carries the genes to make a storm cloud. So that is both sable and xanthic. So we are looking forward to babies from Petey and from Claire to be bred with her to get those storm clouds. Petey has Xanthic, and obviously Claire is a Sable. But that one, this is Tira. All right, this one is Miss Claire, my beautiful girl. She is Sable Het Sunburst, so that's going to be your albino. And we got her from Snakeful Grace. And she is absolutely gorgeous girl, very well mannered, even though she likes to hiss and pretend she's tough, but she will literally crawl into your hand. All right, the next one that we pulled out, and by I mean pulled out is I literally had to dig her out of her dirt, is Parfait. She is an Arctic Lavender Anaconda, and she's het albino, there we go, for the coral, basically, gene. Not really gene, but a combination coral. And we also got her from Exotic Fire Hogs. I'm actually surprised. I must have woke her up. She's not currently trying to bite, but she is sniffing me, well, tasting me, looking for someplace yummy, possibly to latch onto. But there you go, spicy girl.
Hi everyone, I am here to introduce the first ball python in the house that we got, and her name is Milano. Now, Milano is a pastel spider ball python, also known as a bumblebee, and she is het for something. I don't have her paper immediately on me, and we got her from Colorado Cold Bloods. Now, it was funny meeting her for the first time because we held her and there was a sign right next to it that said that you're not supposed to hold the snakes unless you plan to buy them. And 30 minutes later, we bought Milano. She is one of our ambassador ball pythons. She's super well mannered. She's super friendly. We take her out to farmers markets and such. And she just loves being handled. She loves people. And I'm super excited to introduce her to you all. So our next ball python is Tahiti. Tahiti is a hypo spider, also known as a honeybee. And currently she's very upset. She was hissing at me. She really does not want to be handled, so we're going to try and make her introduction quick. And yeah.
All right.
All right, and this lovely little lady is Pirouette. She is a pastel het clown, but we don't plan to breed her, so the head is irrelevant. We picked her up. She is super adorable. We got her from SMS Reptiles. And what's kind of noticeable, if we can get it, with her, she actually has two different colored eyes. I don't know if we'll be able to see, but her eye over here on this side is like a green color, and then...
Oh, hold up. Sorry. Her head wasn't even there.
Can you see it?
One eye.
And then the other one is completely different. And
Where did you get her from?
SMS.
No, but where did you get her from?
The Dallas show.
The Dallas.
NERBC.
There you go. So there is one of the surprises we brought home.
Yes, we talked about it a little bit on the other video. She didn't have a name at that point, and she was in the bag, so no one got to see her. But as you can see, she balls very well, and she is super sweet so far. It's only been a day. Can boop her snoot, and she doesn't even do anything but ball a little harder. She's a little cold right now. She's been in her log all day, so I'm gonna move the heat over to heat the log a little better, so she can maybe stay a little warmer. But she is adorable, and I am very happy that I finally got my own little baby. I was feeling jealous because I always was second fiddle to everybody else. Now I have my own fiddle. She's adorable.
All right, the first of the milk snakes is going to be Mazamora. It's our male. Now, he is an apricot milk snake. Doesn't really care to be handled too much, so we don't interact with him too much. He's a cute little guy, nonetheless. But ready to flee as soon as he can get free. All right, the next milk snake that we have is Mollette, also an apricot Pueblan milk snake. She is not as bright and brilliant as Moz is. She's definitely darker, especially towards the back here, a lot more blacks, and her apricot is not as vibrant as Moz's. But much like Moz, she's bigger than him, but much like Moz, she also doesn't care to be handled much, so she isn't messed with all that much right now. We just kind of let her be, let her grow, and we'll see in the future how or what she thinks. She's got this little diamond on the top of her head. I don't know if you can see that. I just noticed that. It's kind of cute. Very cute. All right, well, we're gonna put her back and on to the next one. All right, this one here is Cambiara. Yet again, another apricot milk snake. Now she doesn't mind being held as much, so we do try to work with her. I kind of surprised her, but she's got some beautiful colorations. Telling her from the other ones, she doesn't have so much going on the top of her head. Her nose, she's got a little tiny spot. I don't know if she'll stay still. A little tiny spot on the top of her nose. So one way we can tell her apart from Moz. But she's a good snake. I expect her to be an ambassador because she is fairly calm and not as flighty as the other two. But that's Camby. All right, this one here, as you've recently seen, is our Nelson's milk snake. Now, she does not have a name as of yet, but she, again, is also still in quarantine. And hopefully will come out to the racks here soon. Pretty well, overall, I'd say fairly calm compared to our two other Pueblans. And obviously on her coloration's a big difference. She's got a little spot on the top of her nose as well. Now, when they all kind of start to look alike, it can get hard to tell, so it's always good to document your snakes. But Nelson's milk snake. All right, so I bring you the second snake we brought home from our trip to Dallas. We did not pick him up at the NARBC. He was actually an adoption that we had pre-planned and I have been working on for several months. His previous owner is moving and unfortunately could not take him with her. She's going back to school. But this is what we believe to be another Pueblan milk snake. And if somebody knows better, I would absolutely love to be corrected. But the reason why we came up with that decision, part of it is the spotting on the top of the nose, the marking on the top of the head. It happens across the species, but it's these black lines being about half the size of the red lines. That seems to be one of the indicators that led me to believe that this is a Pueblan. But he is an absolutely wonderful, charming little man. Just kind of getting settled in. He was the only snake where we got him from. She did not have any others. She'd had him for quite a while, so I'm not worried about him having diseases, having snake mites. He was able to be moved into the rest of the group straight away because he has been alone for so long. But gorgeous boy, very kind and gentle, and he is most certainly going to be an ambassador. Our plans for him are going to be to breed him with the Nelson's milk snake that you just saw. And they're going to be, you know, the crossbreeds. It does happen in nature. Hi, handsome. But the matching colors, I thought it was a good choice considering from the apricots we want to have more apricots. So, beautiful boy. He is also in need of a name. We've been looking, haven't settled on anything. But this is number 2 coming out of Dallas, and he is very welcome to our group. All right, so our last milk snake, sorry, Hognose, which isn't with the rest of them, but is our star of the show, Mr. Petey, who hasn't been seen for about 2 days. So Petey, he is an axanthic albino anaconda. He plans for breeding, I'm not exactly sure. We do again need his xanthic to help make those storm clouds, so he is going to be playing a role. He will be a dad in the future. Again, he is one of our ambassador snakes and my soul snake. And we got him from Python in a pear tree. Now, he had been fairly new to Hognoses at the time, but he has more now. We're actually looking to, in the future, bring home some more Hognoses from him because we're hoping to have leucistic or Lucy Hognose snakes. And we're really excited about that prospect in the future. But for now, this is our collection, minus Apollo, since he's not ours. I didn't include him. And I didn't include the other Hognose snake. I did make the decision to go ahead and we're going to probably rehome him. Just because it looks like he's just an albino anaconda. Just a regular albino anaconda. Don't know anything about hets. Again, I wanted a female, and it was my fault for not looking and checking when I got him, but I really wanted him for the spots. But I can't figure a way to make an albino anaconda work into our projects. So again, we're going to go ahead and rehome him. He has been a little spicy noodle. So we will miss him, but he's going to go to a home that can focus on him and be loved and hopefully have a very happy life and future. But that's our snakes. That is not Powder Donut. That is his enclosure because he's back in hiding, and we are just going to respect him and his nice, beautiful enclosure that I don't want to tear up. So that's it. That's our snakes for now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Wait, I forgot. There's one more, well, two more snakes that we forgot to introduce. These guys. Just kidding. Though maybe we should. What do you think? Should we give them names? You know, this one was designed after Petey. This one is just a milk snake, so I don't know. Let us know if you think we should give them names. Also, check out the description below. A lot of the breeders that we mentioned today, they're going to be posted. Their links to the morph markets are going to be posted down below in the description, so be sure to give them a check out, especially if you're looking to purchase your first or your 10th or 100th snake. A lot of great snakes out there, a lot of great breeders. Give them a look.